Good morning. Let me fix my camera. Actually, is it good? Good morning, everyone. I haven't filmed in a couple of days, so I hope I'm not awkward. I didn't film on the 16th of full moon, and I didn't film yesterday on Easter. Why? Well, on the full moon day, I felt really tapped in, high vibe. I was just fully in the moment, just like moving and moving and moving, and I didn't even do a journal entry that day. I was just in the moment, high vibe, grounding in this new earth. And then yesterday on Easter, I felt really introverted. I don't know if you noticed, but like on the full moon day, you felt a lot of intense energy, right? And then on Easter, you felt very introverted and quiet. That's because on the full moon, it was in our masculine energy. And I'm still trying to fix this camera. On the full moon, we were in our masculine energy, right? And all of our stuff was coming up. We were doing a lot of inner cleaning, inner masculine, looking at things coming up. Maybe even emotional on that day, or maybe even rage. Just lots of masculine inner shadows were coming to the surface and being looked at and cleaned on the full moon on the 16th. And then yesterday on the 17th, we were back in our feminine energy, right? And so we were looking in again those shadows again, but in a deeper way, in a more calm way, in a more introspective way, right? We're looking at those self-doubts about ourselves. Are we really as shiny as we think we are? Are we really going to succeed? Are we really as amazing as our spirit is telling us? Are we really going to be on top of that mountain shining? Yes, the answer is yes. And so on those introspective days where you might feel the need to have self-doubt, it's just making way for those blessings to come in. And so on those introspective days where you might not feel as much energy, don't feel like you are lacking in any way, shape, or form. This is just time for you to relax, right? Relax in the valley, in your feminine energy. Relax in the valley, okay? On those days you feel quiet, introspective, it's just time to love yourself more. Take it slow. And just love yourself. You are enough. Of course you're enough. You are given these bodies to experience this life. And it's really not about being enough. It's about feeling good in this moment and being thankful for this vehicle where you can touch, taste, smell, hear, experience. You can connect with people. It's beautiful because without this vehicle, we couldn't experience with all these senses, right? And another amazing thing you can do on these feminine energetic days is when you're in your subconscious. And subconscious is quiet and it dreams. So on these introspective days, what you can do is dream. Daydream about the life you want. Rather than what you have been doing is doubting that your life that you want will come true. Instead, just feel your dreams coming true. Feel as if you're already there in your new life and feel what it feels to already be there. Close your eyes and just pretend, Just pretend you're already there and how amazing it feels to be the person that you are. Stepping into your power and strength. And just know that you are divinely protected and guided at all times when you're following your heart, right? Things are just working out for you when you're following your heart. Things will just be laid out for you when you're following your heart. It's when you resist and you doubt yourself that you find yourself in these toxic relationships or patterns. But if you can just bravely walk towards your dreams and desires and just take action into doing them. Just take one little baby step towards what it is you want, towards your truth or speaking up for yourself, then that is the path towards self-awareness, self-knowing, your truth, and your path will be paved for you. You are paving the path when you're walking towards your heart and your truth, and when you pave that path, you are making way for others coming, and you can guide them too, and you can say, this is how I did it. These are some tools you can use, and it feels so good to help others on their way, to, you know, just to be a way shower, just to be you, you know. You are paving the way for others to heal and know themselves by just being you. That's all it is, you know, staying true to your heart and your truth and what feels right to you. All right, I'm gonna have a smoke now. Let me tell you, before I turn on that camera, I don't know what I'm going to say. I never know what I'm going to say. In fact, my mind is totally blank. I try not to even think of what I'm going to say. And I just, when I turn on the camera, it just comes out. It's like Spirit is speaking through me. It's just flowing right through me. I don't have anything planned at all. In fact, all morning I was kind of quiet, you know. I journaled. But then as soon as the camera comes on, it's like Spirit flows through me, whatever it is. And I am choked up, I guess. There's a frog going through my throat. Oh, I feel divine bliss coming. The sun's coming out. It was cloudy all morning and the sun's coming out. The crows, 4 crows, was it 4 or 5 crows, just passed over me. That means that death of an old cycle, right? I've been getting messages about death to karmic soul tracks. Death to karmic soul contracts. Yes, we're breaking soul contracts, which means we are putting an end to the karmic wheel. A lot of us are putting an end to the karmic cycle, the karmic wheel, which means birth of a new human form. It means upgrade to our DNA. It means new soul contracts are being formed as we speak. Unanimously, synchronistically, and it's beautiful. It's like this is a brand new branch, brand new flower being bloomed, right? Never before ever seen yet, you know. It's been dreamed of, but now it's being actualized. It's coming into fruition. These new soul contracts that are in harmony, harmonic instead of karmic, harmonic soul contracts. And that means there are going to be many divine unions coming together this year. The 2, right? The 2 or the 6. It's union. So there's going to be a lot of divine unions happening from now until the end of the year, and maybe even until this time next year. There's going to be this where people are just starting to talk to people and they won't even see it coming. In fact, you'll start talking to someone and you'll feel as though you're in school again. You'll feel like a innocent friendship, you know, lighthearted and open. And that's what it is, you know. A divine union with someone is someone that feels like home, someone that feels safe, someone you can open your heart to, and you always feel safe with them because they are in resonance with your safe heart that you've healed. Once you've healed yourself and you feel safe in your body, then you can open your heart to receive that same kind of harmonic love. It makes me think of that song, Return to Innocence. And I'll link the song below. And yeah, if you haven't heard it, Return to Innocence, it makes me think of that. Because in the old world, in the old way, we have it kind of feels like a trick, the old way of falling in love. It's this passion, it's this pain, it's this pleasure, it's this hurt, you know. And that's the old way of love. That's the old karmic love, you know. And it was needed to feel that the darkness and light, right? And to shed the light onto the darkness so that we can reach this certain point of transmutation, of alchemy, of turning base metal into gold. And now we have stepped into this golden age. We are walking through, or we're on the other side, walking through the gates of heaven, bridging it here on earth, right? Because we have went that far within where we have reached the golden gates of opportunity to bridge down and to ground in this heart-based consciousness of unity within and bring it and build it and grow it here on earth. And that's where we are now. And see, I was really quiet yesterday. I turn on the camera and yabba dabba dabba dabba, you know? It's good. It's good to take a day and just be quiet. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly natural. It's just your feminine. It's just your feminine energy on those days. It's just take it slow. And then today is a masculine day where I feel like talking, communicating with others, but I feel grounded today. I feel really grounded. I feel right as rain. I feel like here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. I feel like that, you know? I'm going to stand up for a second and then I'm going to meditate. My feet are asleep. What does that mean, you know? When my feet fall asleep when I reach this certain state of like wakefulness in my body, my feet are asleep. Okay, I'm going to walk for a minute. Make sure my camera's still going. Alright. Oh, they're already awake. Okay, you know, I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? My feet are still asleep. But I was gonna say that I wake up in the morning and I come outside and I meditate and talk to myself, sing, I journal, I get up and move around. I spend a good hour, and sometimes even 2 when I need it, by myself, just being. So when I come out here and do these videos, this is the second time I came out this morning, you know. I come out and watch the sun come up, meditate, sing, you know, and then I go in and take a shower, make myself some tea, and then I come back out here and I film. That's my daily routine. Okay, I think my feet are awake. I'm going to meditate for a minute, and then I'm going to open this book, this magical book by Deepak Chopra, 20 Spiritual Lessons for Creating the Life You Want, the Way of the Wizard. And let's see what Spirit has to say with that. Alright, I'm going to take another poof. I would love, and I desire to have community. Right. This is why I love filming, because I want to communicate. I want to connect with people. That's just my greatest desire, to have community and connect with people. And so that's why I love sharing my videos, because then people can hear me, you know? And I want to hear what you have to say too. I love it when people comment on my videos, because I'm just like, oh, they're connecting with me, you know? It just feels good, because in reality, I don't really have friends that I really connect with, you know? And so the people that follow me, y'all are my friends, y'all are my community. And yeah. I am safe. I am creative. I am strong. I am love. I am truth. I am imagination. I am divine. Alright, let me make sure my camera's still going. Okay. Now, oh, I feel so relaxed now. I feel like a weight's been lifted. I'm going to take another poof and I'm going to open my book and see what Spirit has to say. Okay? If you haven't yet, please feel free to subscribe because I make daily videos. And although sometimes I feel pulled not to, but usually I make daily videos. And like this, so it'll be bumped up for me because my following is small right now, but I know this video is timeless. But feel free to give me a like to bump me up, share this out. You know, so all the things. I'm gonna share you something from this book. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Spirit, what would you like me to share from this book this morning? All right. I don't know why I'm nervous. Okay, here we go. Did I not bring my glasses this morning? No, I caught them. Yes. Oh gosh, why am I nervous this morning? Is this going to say something about me? All right. Lesson 13. The reality you experience is a mirror image of your expectations. The reality you experience is a mirror image of your expectations. If you project the same image every day, your reality will be the same every day, meaning your inner thoughts, whatever you're thinking internally. If you have negative talk in your head, you're going to experience that every day, right? When attention is perfect, it creates order and clarity out of chaos and confusion. So when you put awareness on everything with clarity, then everything will make sense, right? All right, now going into King Arthur and Merlin in the story. After he became king, Arthur shared his experiences in the Crystal Cave with only one person, his wife, Guinevere. It was years before Merlin appeared, and Guinevere thought of him more or less the same way she would think of a unicorn or some other mythic beast. If he is as wild as the dark Welsh mountains they say he was born in, I should tremble to meet him anyway, she once told Arthur. He isn't like that, Arthur replied. He's not like anything you could expect or anticipate. My lord, I have met wizards in French court, or those who went by the name Guinevere. Sorry. My lord, I have met wizards in the French court, or those who went by that name, Guinevere said. Are they not simply old men with long white beards who act very wise and shake their heads as if saying things we can't and claim to have powers no one ever quite witnesses? Arthur smiled. Such wizards have come my way, but Merlin wasn't one of these. I once said to him, "How are you and I any different? To me, we are just two people lying by a stream, under a tree, waiting to catch a fish for supper." He looked at me and shook his head. It's true that we are just two people lying here, as you say. For you, the sitting, but for you, this sitting is the whole of your reality, whereas the stream, the tree, and everything around us is the smallest speck on the furthest horizon of my consciousness. That was deep. Guinevere asked, if he really lived in such a world apart from ours, Did Merlin ever say how to reach it? Yes, said Arthur. He insisted that my version of reality, the tree, the stream, the woods, was completely illusion, a private hallucination my mind forced on me, while his world was open to everyone, since it is entirely a world of light. Guinevere was puzzled. But you and I are both seeing this room around us, as does everyone else we know. I don't think this is just an illusion. Then let me show you something, Arthur said. He asked the queen to leave their chamber and promised not to return until the stroke of midnight. Let me make sure my camera's still going. Alright. Alright. Oh shoot, where was I? Guinevere did as she was told, and when she returned she found that the room was pitch black, all the tapers extinguished and the velvet curtains drawn. Don't worry, a voice said. I'm here. My lord, what do you want me to do? Guinevere asked. Arthur replied, I want to find out how well you know this room. Walk toward me and describe what objects are around you, but don't touch anything. His wife thought, this is a very strange test, but she did as she was bidden. That is our bed, and over there, the oak dowry chest I brought across the water. A tall candelabra of wrought Spanish iron stands there in the corner, and 2 tapestries hang on either side. Walking cautiously so as not to bump into things, Guinevere was able to describe every detail of the room, which in truth had been furnished down to the last pillow by herself. Now look, Arthur said. He lit a candle, then a second and a third. Gazing around, Guinevere was astonished to see that the room was entirely empty. I don't understand, she murmured. Everything you described was an expectation of what this room contains, not what was really there. But expectation is powerful. Even without a light, you saw what you anticipated and reacted accordingly. Didn't the room feel the same to you? Didn't you tread cautiously where you feared you might stumble into things? Guinevere nodded. Even in the light of day, Arthur said, we walk around according to what we expect to see, hear, and touch. Every experience is based on continuity, which we nurture by remembering everything as it was the day before, the hour before, or the second before. Merlin told me that if I could see entirely without expectations, nothing I took for granted would be real. The world the wizard sees is the real world after the light comes. Ours is a shadow world we grope through in the dark, right? And let me see. I'm going to read the rest of this. All right. My foot's falling asleep. Oh my God, my foot is totally asleep. This is perfect today because the topic in my journal and everything is about ending karmic soul contracts and stepping into a new, so letting go of expectations, right? Okay. Understanding the lesson. This is where Deepak goes into his insights of what Merlin was trying to teach, right? The wizard has completely freed himself from the known. To him, the only freedom lies in the unknown, because whatever is known is past and dead. Do you know why I keep saying that your world is a prison? Merlin asked. Because whatever the mind can conceive of must be bounded. As soon as you put words around an experience or enclose it in thought or say, I know, something wonderful and invisible has flown away. Boundaries are cages Reality is a delicate bird trembling in your hand. Hold it too long and it will die. If it is true that the unknown is your ticket to freedom, it is also true that the ego is more... I'm sorry, I just lost my place. I started thinking. The images are... Hold on, let me start. If it is true that the unknown is your ticket to freedom, it is also true that the ego is more comfortable with boundaries. Our minds generate the same images day after day. These images are a mirror of who you are, yet the ego takes them to be real. Isn't it obvious that a tree is a tree, a wall, a mountain, the ego asks? But these are only real in one state of consciousness, the waking state. In a dream, you might sit in a field and watch the clouds pass over a mountain. After waking up, you would realize that the mountain, the clouds, and the field were just random firings of brain cells giving rise to fleeting images. There is no proof that being awake is any different. Real mountains and fields and clouds have no testable reality outside the images that fire in your brain. Arthur was shocked when Merlin dismissed the visible world as an illusion. But I can touch things around me and find them hard. If I bump my head against a rock, I get a bruise, he protested. Images are just visible, Merlin reminded him. You can touch things in a dream too, and feel the full range of sensations. Then why do I distinguish between being awake and dreaming? Why does everyone call one reality and the other illusion? Habit. If mortals took this knowledge from wizards, they would learn how to do everything while awake that they now do in dreams. Then the boundaries would begin to melt, and reality would beckon you out of your shadow prison. We all experience the new and unknown, but few of us see the unknown as a force that is beckoning us. The unknown contains clues to another reality. What are these clues? They change every moment, but if you look closely at any image the world presents to you, more of your own self will start peering back. The seeming randomness of events will begin to resolve into form and meaning, as if part of yourself is saying, "I'm here." We've all seen this, synchronicities. That's what he's talking about. I'm here. Can you find me? Chance meetings, unexpected coincidence, premonitions that come true, sudden fulfillment of wishes, flashes of unpredictable joy, a sense of deep knowingness, the dawn of trust. All of these are shapes reality can take as it coaxes us out of our self-made prisons. We don't have to listen to this beckoning whispered. The choice is entirely personal. A decision must be made in the recess of your heart, between the known, which is stale but familiar, and the unknown, which is fresh, a field of infinite possibilities. All right, last part of this chapter, which is chapter 13, lesson 13, right? Last part, living with the lesson. Living with the lesson means going beyond the frontier of the known. If you could forget everything and anticipate nothing, you would automatically find yourself piercing the boundaries. I want to say that one time because it's for me. Living with the lesson means going beyond the frontier of the known. If you forget everything and anticipate nothing, you would automatically find yourself piercing the boundaries that shield you from the perception of a higher reality. That higher reality is enmeshed in the familiar one you see and move through every day. There is no distance separating the two, yet they might as well be millions of miles apart. Along with habit and inertia, fear has much to do with keeping reality the same as it was. Try a version of the test Guinevere took. Stand in the middle of a familiar room in pitch black one night. Now walk through it, coming as close as you can to the objects in the room, without bumping into them. You'll notice that it is very hard to walk through even in the most familiar room without a sense of apprehension. Most of us deeply fear blindness because of the uncertainty it would bring. The heart races at the thought of falling down or knocking things over. Yet, what are you really proving except that the known cannot protect you from fear? As well as you know your room, the apprehension is still there. And it is the same with the daylight world. Only there, the fear is buried a little more deeply. Instead of just the dark making us fearful, we need something more. An accident, a break in routine, the sudden loss of security. No matter how comfortable you think you are in the world of the known things, the potential for disaster is never far from your subconscious. You can get a taste of the unknown with another simple experiment. Blindfold yourself and sit down in your kitchen. Now ask a friend to put 3 foods in front of you without telling you what they are. Taste them by having your friend put a spoonful or a morsel in your mouth. You will quickly recognize what each food is, but you should also notice that in the split second of uncertainty, before recognition dawns, you will taste something new, an unexpected texture, a nuance of flavor, a faint aroma that you had forgotten there was there. This is the power of uncertainty. As long as you are certain about things, you are living within boundaries. Yet things you think you are so certain of actually have new qualities to unfold. God made this world, Merlin said, so it must be interesting enough to keep his attention. If you find things growing tired or stale or predictable, perhaps it is you who have lost the capacity to be interested. Opening the way to uncertainty is hard for the ego to accept, yet it is the only avenue into the wizard's world. All right, the message is clear. Step out of your comfortable habits and take a step towards what your heart is telling you to. Get out of the comfortable and go into uncertainty and step into your new, higher you. I love you all. World unity. We got this.